Hey, Craig.
I am here in beautiful Omaha working.
Omaha.
Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah, there's not a lot out there.
It's a nice town, but
It is.
unfortunately, there really is no NASCAR, F1, or IndyCar racetrack. So I'm really bummed out with cities that don't have those type of
You
facilities in my world.
totally dig racing. Like that is totally your thing. I mean, you took me to a race once. I thought it was like wildly exciting and fun, but man,
You
you
weren't
got a
sure at
passion.
first, though. You weren't sure at first. You were like, hee
I
haw,
mean,
hee haw, hee haw, hee haw, hee haw. And then all of a sudden,
it
you and
was fun.
Rob, and you guys are like two ducks in a puddle.
Well, yeah, it was fun. I gotta admit. I mean, do I go to my way for it? No, but it was fun. Um, we were just talking off camera, and you actually equated like NASCAR and racing to business, and I thought, "Man, like I never really thought of it, but it's like you begin the race, right, and then you immediately crash.
So Clay and I were at the Iowa racetrack this weekend. We saw the ARCA series for the young up and comers, like Clay's age or a little older, then the Xfinity series, and then for the first time ever since the racetrack was built, the NASCAR Cup series where the big dogs came to play.
Woof.
And as the race was the pre-race festivities, and then the driver introductions, and then them getting in their cars and starting their engines and doing the formation laps and everything, and then the green flag, it is just like business, right? When you think of the commercialization process, which starts with market research, then goes to product design, then goes to regulatory, then goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on, right? All the different 10 components of commercialization. I look at that. That is exactly what business in any industry, any company goes through. Everything's going fine. All of a sudden, the green flag,
And you're off the races, right?
waves,
You're
and
moving.
you're off, right?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
off, right? The product, let's just say in the medical world or oil and gas or something like that, you get your product or service approved by regulatory, right? Whether it's the FDA, whether it's the EPA, whether it's,
It can even be
the
like
Department of
vape shop.
Treasury.
I mean, think
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, absolutely, right? You
Yeah.
get your product, and now it's like, oh, we got our product approved. We can now go out and start selling it. So you go out and you find a bunch of salespeople and sales managers that have experience with that widget or with that product category, and you find that 70% of your team, they're not gaining new business in a reasonable amount of time.
But
And
what
you're
does that
like,
have to do with NASCAR
well, here's what it has to do with NASCAR.
or F1?
You got people, you got an expert driving the car. You've got some experts maintaining the cars, building the cars, right? But you also have other people in supporting roles that are watching the experts do their thing, and because of the environment around them, you get right front flat tires when you least expect it. You slam into the wall at 130 miles an hour when you least expect it. Well, guess what? It's no different than business. You get a product into a potential customer's hands, they evaluate it, stuff goes haywire, right? They might have used the product wrong. They might have positioned the product incorrectly. Maybe from a marketing standpoint, right? It blended in so nobody knows who you are, right? If your marketing is bad, if people don't know a company or a person, it's a marketing problem. If they don't choose the person or the company's product, it's a branding problem, right? And so as you're cruising down the quote unquote racetrack of business, right, and of life, you could have the greatest product in the world. And then all of a sudden, either people don't want it, or they want it, but it's too expensive, or they want it and it's expensive, but they're willing to budget for it and buy it anyway, or they just say, screw it, I'm buying the generic. So you have all
Or
these millions of dollars and stuff's going haywire.
or if
It's
you're
just an
anything like
it's just an interesting. I mean, you could make a book on this,
yeah,
right?
or if you're anything like me, you like to take the family out to the go-kart track and you like to aggressively pass everybody and be that guy.
Well, that would be a good thing. My luck, if I do that, I would get like the Danica card.